Hello there, and welcome to Dr. T Stage 1 for May the 22nd, and this is, our craziest attempt ever at many things. Sorry, my microphone got knocked out of the way. So we're landing left-hand side, we're running through, we're blowing some stuffs up, and then we're gonna get a nice easy win, because it's Dr. T Stage 1, I did launch some critters on the right-hand side, and I actually launched a little extra tankage here, just because I was like, you know what, there's so much. I just want to see how high I can get. How many GBE I can get? How much GBE? Yes, making the English as we go. This is fantastic. So, I wanted to see how much GBE I could get just from kind of roaming through this level, and it turns out I can make 140. Well, obviously a little over 140 before my ladies get up into HQ Killing Town, which is where you kill HQs. Oh wow, I made 150. I swear I saw 150 there for a second. Anyways, Stage 1, nice and easy. Stage 2, also not the craziest, though it will take a little GBE to take out that shock launcher. Hopefully you've got enough. And then some fancy flaring and shocking, because basically you can throw a shock and hit the cannon and the sniper tower right there. And it looks like I missed because I have fat fingers. It's not my fault. Okay, so after you... see, of course, after the one is blown up, that's when I throw the shock that's like, yes, this would have hit this building if it was still standing. Good job. Sigh. So, once you're into the corner, you can either throw GBE if you've got enough, or flare your troops onto that sniper tower, let them take out that sniper tower, and then basically from here they can pew away at that HQ with nothing hitting them. Most importantly, including the boom cannon just over to the right. So we're gonna fast forward with some GBE and move on to stage 3, which is the exact opposite of the last two stages that we just looked at. Like, I don't know what they were doing. I think someone broke up with their girlfriend when they were designing this level or something. If you're actually level 3, sorry, not level 3, but you're actually the level where you would take on stage 3. My condolences. I am so sorry. This is so not cool. Also, I just missed that artillery shot. Seriously? Alright. So, land left-hand side, going through, killing as much free stuff as possible, because that's kind of what I do. And the defenses on this left-hand side look completely sane and normal and unimpressive, and that's because they put all of the crazy shit on the right-hand side. And I don't know, but there are two rocket launchers which are level 13-14, like pretty much darn max. Here we go. A boom cannon that is ridiculously high level, like max as well. A normal rocket launcher, oh thank goodness, oh, that's crazy, and like this cannon that is kind of laughable. So, okay, this first rocket launcher has just over 10,000 hit points. If you've got the GBE from rolling up that left-hand side, hopefully you have enough to do something. By all means, you can start working on these two friggin' defenses. That middle one that I just took out actually has 20,000 hit points. So if you find yourself in a position where, like, you've got enough GBE to take out 20,000 hit points, take out that middle one, and then like flare onto the lower level rocket launcher, let your tanks take it out, obviously from the far left, so that the boom cannon can't reach you, and then move your tanks up to roughly where they are sitting here, and that way you only have the one rocket launcher that you even really need to worry about. Also, as you can see, you can throw a shock and shock all 3 of these defenses, so if you're a little worried about that boom cannon doing bad things to your tanks while you take out the 1 rocket launcher, by all means you can throw that shock. You'll shock the rocket launcher and the boom cannon, and it just makes it that much easier for you to like get in there and kill things, depending on what you have available. Now, after you've gone through and taken out the ridiculously hard Stage 3, comes a nice easy Stage 4. It's not too bad. I did kind of mess up on it, and you have to definitely be careful, or bad things will happen to you, but if you take out the boom cannon in the left-hand corner, obviously, and then land your tanks a little further down on the beach so they can get a little extra free GBE, flare into the left-hand corner there, and your tanks should start naturally going up through a path of least resistance? I guess it would almost be the path of most resistance, because they just pick the closest target and kind of move on that, right? I don't know. Anyways, so from taking out the nice simple machine guns and stuff, there is a cluster of sniper towers to the right hand side. I wasn't sure what the energy situation would look like, so I didn't try to do anything crazy and actually just blow them up, which is an option. I'm just throwing it out there. However, if you throw a shock, you can shock the 2 rightmost sniper towers, and if you place it right on reflection, you could also take out that rocket launcher, which just, you know, reduces damage on your troops that much more, which is always a good thing. Man, I sound like Martha Stewart, and that's a good thing. Alright, embezzling money, that's a good oh, too soon? No? Alright, so anyways, going into the bottom left-hand corner, we can shoot away at the 1 remaining sniper tower. If you have critters or shocks or whatever, feel free to toss them on there, because it'll, you know, make your life a little easier, prevent you from maybe losing a tank, all those good things. And then once you get up into this position, nothing can hit you except for a couple rocket launchers, and you can basically just sit there throwing some heals and chilling on the cruise control while your tanks take you to the loot. Just be mindful of I guess the boom mines. I don't know how pathing would work, and if you've got the free GBE, like if you're like me, by all means you can take out those rocket launchers and make it that much easier. You don't have to worry about doing anything like, you know, keeping your troops alive. So, after Stage 4 falls, it takes us to Stage 5, which means we are going back to the oh my god, what the herk, crazy pants levels. At least if you are of Stage 5, level Stage 5. So, it doesn't look too crazy. We're going to throw some GBE down on this boom cannon here. Alternatively, there might be a good path if you go left, but I feel like you go through a lot of sniper towers and boom cannons and shock launchers. There's a lot of crazy things going on. Don't mind me while I save a medic from its own stupidity. So we're gonna go bottom corner from the left-hand side. We're going to go towards the right, basically clearing out this little section. And the reason we're clearing out this little section is because we are going to go at the HQ right from the bottom and split the middle. And that way we can avoid all the boom cannons on the right-hand side, we can avoid all of the sniper towers on the left-hand side. Well, yeah, no, all of the sniper towers, there's 1 cannon that we're going to have to deal with, but so we can move through and just clear this up, mostly so we don't have things shooting at us from behind, because we're going to want to place ourselves pretty much right in that little minefield, which I know makes perfect sense, right? Make sure to throw some shocks down. With the shocks, you can actually take out all of the mortars and sniper towers in that little area. which just helps your medics keep you guys standing. We're going to throw it again. Leave the machine gun, because honestly, the machine gun doesn't really matter. Well, it's not that it doesn't matter. It matters. It's a defense too. But it's not going to hurt your troops, so you don't have to really worry about stunning it. Alright. Holy crow, I'm getting thirsty here again, and getting the dry throat, some pasties and the whatnot. Not the good kind. So we're going to move up and slowly take out some defenses, throw down a barrage on the minefield, because we don't want those boom mines getting a hold of our poor sweet tanks. And then we're going to flare up just south of the machine gun and let our tanks take out the machine gun and the rocket launcher and all the things we don't want standing there. And then move over and take out the sniper tower and the mortar on the left-hand side. Now, this is my second attempt at this run, and the reason it is my second attempt is because the first attempt, I ran out of freaking time. So what you might have to do is boost your troop damage if you're coming up a little shy. And also make sure to save some GBE for that cannon I just blew up, because it's a lot easier to just take it out with barrage and artillery, and let your tanks sit down right where they are right here and take out the HQ. As you can see, the only thing that can hit you is one low-level rocket launcher, and with a full boat of medics, that's not going to be an issue. Now, if you go up from the right-hand side, as you can see, there are 3 boom cannons that you'd have to take out, plus a shock launcher. If you went up from the left-hand side, there's like 6 sniper towers that you'd have to take out, and a shock launcher. The shock launcher has, give or take, about 14,000 hit points, so, you know, you've got options. Whatever works easiest for you, by all means, definitely choose that path. And then this will take us on to stage 6. Holy sticks. So, after landing just south of the, I guess, it's like a little cluster of defenses here to meet and greet the tanks. It's the meet and greet cluster. Perfect. Throw some GBE on the boom cannon behind the base, and let your tanks just kind of naturally move up. They will take out a little bit of everything. And, you know, let's face it, pew pew, gotta take out the stupid cannon. There we go. Now, also, there are a bunch of boom mines all over the place. Those need to be taken care of as well. So by all means, you can throw a barrage if you need to, or critters, whatever works best. And then flare onto the cannon, because really the cannons and the one sniper tower there are the last of the things that you even need to worry about. Also, throw some GBE down on the cannon on the right-hand side, more kind of like in the middle there, just because if you can clear that out, it's one less thing that's going to attack you. And then realize that maybe not all of your troops are here, and that they need to be rescued, and where would those troops... Oh, there they are, getting blown up by a boom cannon. Well, gosh, golly. Yeah. Watch out for friggin' stray tanks on this level, apparently, because I tell you, the consequences are dire. Flare back to get everything to actually come together, and the tanks should move onto the HQ fairly naturally. You might have to take out a few more boom mines, but once you get up to the position where you're actually lined up here on the HQ, there's one rocket launcher that can shoot at you, and it's a pretty smooth sailing. Honestly, compared to, like, say, Stage 3, Stage 6 is a gimme. It's a wicked easy go. Even if you don't normally take out 6, and you've got 5 in a pretty good place, give it a shot. You might be able to pull it off. Unlike 3, where if you're normally doing 3, I don't know if you're going to be able to, and if you're normally doing 4, you can probably squeak past 3 and get to the easier levels. But with that, we lost two tanks to that stupid cannon, which is ridiculous. But we're going to move on to Stage 7, which, again, is surprisingly Nice. There's one boom cannon on the beach. There's one boom cannon behind the HQ, both of which need to have things pew-pewed at them. Oh, not quite. We're almost there. And one more. Nah. Now, I landed kind of a split where I landed tanks up front to sort of draw all the fire, and then I landed my medics in behind where the tanks are. So you're going to see right here, you know, sacrificial tanks, medics, and then the rest of the tanks. Now, I just wish that I had placed the second wave of tanks a little further up towards the edge of the beach so that they would have been in front of the medics, but, you know, I'm not good at things, so I didn't do that. However, you can. And then throw a shock down on the cannons and sniper towers and everything that you're kind of working your way up to. I was lucky enough I could let the tanks sort of roam at this point and gather up a little extra GBE because flamethrowers aren't going to do much of anything. The friggin' rocket launcher is going to hit us anyways. And, hey, machine guns, who cares? So once you've gathered up your free GBE, flare over to the right-hand side. You're going to run into a mortar, which is okay. And then you're going to have this little cluster here with the mortars and cannons and machine guns, and you can just pop a stun lock on all of those and let your tanks roll up and start pew-pewing things away. The only thing I missed was the stupid one cannon down at the bottom there. So by all means, throw a barrage or a couple artillery or whatever it takes you to take out that cannon, because that cannon will do horrible, horrible things to you if you let it. Once you've taken out the cannon and the last of the GBE in the bottom there, basically flare yourself right into the middle, straight west of the base, and you'll have a couple rocket launchers that have range on you. And that's it. You can throw down some heals, you can throw down some extra GBE just to see if you can break some things, which isn't even necessary. It's just, you know, pretty smooth sailing from there. So hopefully all of this has been somewhat helpful for someone out there. Please leave me comments, let me know kind of what you'd like to see and how things are going, and most importantly, thanks very much for watching. Have yourselves a great day.